I am Tia Scullen, as Sam just said. I am one of the co-founders of K9 Digital. We are a character outsourcing studio based in Agile. So we tend to hire locally, which is why I'm doing this talk, because it's about also hiring local and then turning it into global ambition, which is what we've been doing. So we started in September 2021. It was just my husband and myself as the two co-founders. And if I say any more, it's in the room at the beginning, so I ask the talk. Because I love gifts, because I'm a millennial. So.
Is that what we're setting ourselves up for, a feast of gifts?
Absolutely, if we all work, we'll find out.
While I'm booting up a computer then, why don't you tell us about what you gained out of going to GDC, thinking about getting into international markets and exploring different things. What did you get out of GDC?
So GDC actually was my second opportunity to go to GDC this year, and we were able to sort of take the knowledge of the previous year and how to structure our week and get the opportunity to meet different people. We actually joined the trade mission, and it was a fantastic experience. We had a base that we could network and have meetings at, but as well as that, we had the opportunity to talk to different publishers and different developers whilst we were there about the types of things that K9 is looking to expand into. So it was also an opportunity for our producer to go and attend some talks. It was an opportunity for Ashley, as co-founder and character art director, to be able to go and get portfolio reviews and scout talent from overseas and be on a panel. And then for myself, it was business development and good old catch-ups and getting to know new people. Cool. Thank you very much.
So I'll let you take over from here and you've got your notes underneath there if you scroll through them. Is that okay?
Yep, that's fine.
Wonderful. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So, the whole co-founder, let's go back to that. So as the two of us co-founders, we decided, and husband and wife, which some people say can be a horrendous thing to do, but actually we're very opposite in the ways that we work. So me being the left brain, logical, analytical, critical thinking, an approach to problem solving to myself, and that's my background. I come from finance, statistics, really boring stuff, and actually never in the games industry, as much as I've tried to break in many, many times. So then I also said to Ashley, let's put your right brain, your creative, intuitive, and imaginative thinking for great solutions and pipelines together, and also his 16 years of games industry experience to create a character outsourcing studio. We're definitely unique in the brain, by the way, which is why I need to include that on there.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so again, I think we were founded in 2021. It started off just the two of us at home, as you do. Why would you need an office space? And then we decided that in 2022 we moved into the epicenter in Haverhill. We were in one office for 3 weeks before we decided that was not enough space. We needed a bigger office. And so it ended up being that we decided to take this space on and we'd see how we would grow and see how it would go. For the time being, it was only two of us, but we knew that there was a bright future ahead. There was one thing that we were setting up with the company, was that we had non-negotiables and defining our principles. So as we were going to take people on, we wanted to make sure that we had these things basically set in stone as our pillars, so to speak. So we needed to have trust. And that goes as far as saying that we trusted in everyone's ability of people that we were going to contract out to and freelance with, because we wanted to make sure that we had the best people on board for growing the business. We also wanted to have good lines of communication between clients and ourselves and within our own team. So that goes as far as saying that we like to integrate with other teams, and that was a big thing with obviously having Ash's experience in the industry. He knew how important it was to make sure that we were understanding what was required for particular contracts and things that we were procuring and working on. We also wanted to make sure it was important that we were learning from one another, and that's something that we also apply now. We constantly create documentation on the pipelines that we're making and that we're improving or that we're handing over to studios. We're always recording screen snips, and we always do co-working with each other. When I say co-working, that's leaning over everybody's desks and double checking that you're doing the things you should be doing correctly. And someone's screaming, "Oh my God, that's so cool! Like, I need to see that. Can you take another screen recording?" So yeah, we love doing lots of learning. Then also, I've got Fusion. So Fusion is creating a cohesive team that understands each other's needs by promoting equality and diversity within the team, and it allows creative freedom within the constraints of the projects. So this meant providing opportunity for social interaction, especially as we then started to get more of a hybrid team. Progression, I'm always about building each other up on the team and finding the best opportunities for the team to promote themselves and their different skill sets. This would either be through giving talks publicly, which has just happened recently. One of our artists spoke at Game Days during the London Games Finance Festival, the London Games Festival, sorry. And also then the team all train each other internally and do tips and tricks. So we've had juniors train seniors. We've also then had Ashley training down to the team, and we've had other people get involved. So much so that we actually hire people to come into the studio and give talks from across the industry and globally as well. And this has made a huge difference. Again, these are all pre-recorded. When we have new artists start, they're like, wow, I can't believe you had blah blah, come and give a talk. Like, I need to know this, I need to see if I can get into your library. And then it's motivation. Being a Projo Studio service provider has led to multiple projects each year, and that has allowed the team to learn quick iteration and also how to get the job done as quickly and as efficiently as possible to then move on to the next exciting thing. It sounds bad, but I know that sometimes there can be stagnancy in projects, especially when they go on 3, 4, 5 years and trying to keep artists inspired and they're having to go back and revisit their work. But in this case, because we have a deadline to hit so much and so often, we make sure that everyone is happy with the deadline and we get that quick iteration out of them. So we wanted to grow with solid foundations. This is very relevant. I needed this pour on the top. This is definitely true for us. We are Gainline Digital after all. So that meant growing the team. We needed more structure to strengthen and change the dynamic and flow that we'd already started to create. So with that included hiring our producer, Erin. She didn't have a background in games, but she has been a product owner, and she's also a Scrum Master in previous Jira and Agile methodologies. Has definitely improved our workflow and our balance within the company. So we now have daily stand-ups as non-negotiables, Jira management of all projects, setting up Teams channels, organising kick-off calls for new projects, and also we have monthly retrospects. Yeah, we need a bigger boat. As the word began to spread, we attracted more work, which meant scaling the team from 5 to 10, and then again to 16 during the summer months of last year. This was something I was not prepared for. Taking on that many people and making sure that everyone was kept happy was quite the challenge, but we had a fantastic summer last year. Our iterative processes from the 5 to 16 meant that we were ready for the structure and changes as they came in. Erin had set us up for success. We focused the entire team on their projects. I just need to move this on. We focused the entire team on their projects and even had collective social downtime. This actually included that we were lucky enough to participate in a charity event as a team, so we all decided that it would be a great idea, untrained, for Ormiston families to participate in a 30-mile event, which meant we cycled 16 miles, we then walked 10 miles up Snowdon and down, and then we kayaked the remaining 4 miles. Safe to say we fully bonded after that experience. We were very, very tired. And we also took the entire team to Gamescom last August, which was fantastic, and everyone thoroughly enjoyed it. So when we scale up to meet demand and how it worked last year and what we were able to do, during Q2 and Q3, typically they're our busiest times, and again this year it's proving the same thing for us, having only been now into our 3rd year. To combat the workload during this time, we've been able to take on summer interns from local universities. We've also been able to take on interns for the entire year when they're happy to take a year's gap between their 2nd and 3rd years, and that actually worked out super well for us last year, that we kept the artist on. She's now our junior character artist, and she's just done her final FMP. So it worked out fantastically well for her, and she's now going to be made. Eventually have the opportunity to go higher and higher with her career, but at a faster pace whilst also getting her degree. We've also given opportunities for work experience, and that's to local schools and colleges, so that students can get an idea of what sort of things it's like to work in games. I'm saying games, but we do also cover other things too in that. We do cover film, TV, VR, cinematic things that are created, anywhere where 3D characters are required. So that's why these guys that come and do the work experience are able to then gain some insight into what it's like to be a 3D artist. And then again, we contract with familiar staff. So let's go back to the beginning when I said that it was just 2 of us. We needed to scale up the team quickly as we were taking contracts on. that meant that we've now built these fantastic relationships with these particular freelancers, and so I go to them when I need them for work for shorter term projects, because I know that they already have, for one, the accounts, but I know they also have the stamina to maintain the speed that I need for the K9 projects. But then, things started to shift. October, November 2023 came around, and we could see a shift in procurement, but also the murmurs were in the wind. The UK Games Slack industry page started to turn into a dark place. We were convinced it was just maybe Christmas time, and it was a lull, and that it wasn't going to be huge things happening, and that maybe we'd be okay, and that it wasn't that bad after the film industry having writer strikes, and it wouldn't affect us going into games. However, we had multiple conversations with different colleagues across the industry, but soon, as we moved into 2024, we knew we needed to change something. It then turned into, can we weather the storm? The studio closure and redundancy pandemic had begun. 2024, this year, has been the year of change, and thank goodness we're in the position that we have been in. Due to the methods of Q2 and Q3, with the summer interns, with the work experience, and with the contractors that we'd had, we'd luckily been able to settle back down to the team that we'd originally had and stay with our full-time staff. This also then meant that as the contracts we had coming in that were cancelling or being moved or being changed, or studios were then changing the types of pipelines and things that we'd be working on, it meant we ended up with more free time than we ever wanted, and we started to loosen our structure. We put our heads together to focus on the internal project and increase our ideas of the education arm of K9. We spent February and March working away on both of these, keeping the team within their usual work day, like keeping their balance together. We wanted to make sure that people would be ready and prepared for the upset that was going to come, and we knew it would. I'm in it now. Business development at conferences has been the biggest success for K9, actually putting our boots on the ground and re-establishing connections, showing our portfolio and getting to know the needs of the market has certainly been our biggest thing that we have done. I don't think I ever mentioned to many people, but we never really did any marketing for K9 because of Ash's experience. So we were extremely lucky to be in the position that we were in, that we could leverage this, and we basically ended up working out contracts until September of last year, when they decided we start doing some marketing, which you may have noticed is why there were plenty of renders and projects that started to appear online, and our following started to grow more because I had time to be able to put those things on there. So our team have been completely resilient and worked harder than we could ever have anticipated this year. We had some difficult times in February. We had to really make some decisions if we were going to have to scale down. But everyone decided that K9 was way too fun of a place to leave. They didn't want to be in the big open sea, and so they stuck around. They also realised that there were so many other people that were suffering with not having jobs and positions, that they still felt secure staying with us, which is an absolute blessing and a testament to the team that we have. So our biggest success at K9 is keeping employees motivated, as I mentioned, one of our pillars, with the cutting edge pipelines that we've been able to learn, and focusing on achieving the client contractual goals, and also going above and beyond, which our team love doing. Here's some images of team trips, just for evidence of what we did. Snowdon, the two. This is the one before we were rested. This is as we started. I couldn't put the after on there, it was too bad. Just Gamescom, that's fine. So as I said, there's some more to come from K9 as well, so we're looking to expand into creating our own IP, and actually we're at Barclays Game Frenzy, we've been selected, so I'm very excited about that, very, very cool. We're frantically rushing to get that play done and finished. And then we're also looking into doing K9 workshops, which some people may have already heard about, but we're slowly growing our Discord at the moment, then hopefully launching in September time. That's it.